Hello, everyone. It is Sammy. Thank you for coming to join me with a stitch with me today. Thank you to anyone returning to my channel, and welcome to anyone that has just found me. So I'm taking a little bit of a break from the Hade Sal, which is the unicorn waterfall piece, and I decided to work on the drive-through dragon for a bit. And taking what I learned from the Sal, oh, it's gonna go in and out of focus when I do that. Let's stop that. There we go. Now it should be locked on focus here. So I had originally started doing what I was doing on the Sal, which is cross country by page, and I have decided not to do that. I'm not going to continue that since it was clearly not my preference after doing that for a full page on the Hate South. So instead, what I am doing here is I am kind of doing a stair step, or I'm trying to. So I had started doing a whole bunch of cross country, which I'm still doing, but my plan is to get kind of a stair step block filled in. But I'm going to do it by whatever is the next one. So right now we have this color right here, which if I zoom in, that's actually a different part of the block. See, it goes over here. So this block I'm going to have to fill out up here, and then I have this one, which is filled in on the pattern, and then I have this one over here that's filled in. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to do this upper one here. And we'll start with the first color. Let's see, is there any of that color around? No, it's way over into the next page and further down. So it looks like I'm just going to have one stitch and then cut it off. Okay. I also did make a set of these paper, for the needles. And sorry, my light's going to reflect off of the tape here. I made it a lot better, in my opinion. I actually taped all of this first before I made these hole punches. And I did find out how to use my 3-hole punch so that I could make the holes. These, though, don't quite work as well as I'd hoped. It's very hard to pull off. So I might end up reversing it. So instead of it being, the loop through here and then going through here, I might have to reverse it so that I can actually pull from here, or actually from this loop here, because right now it's very, very hard to do. But we'll see how it goes. This is all the working threads that I had set out on my floss drops for this pattern. So some of them are the full amount of threads that I'll be using for the pattern because it used very little of one color. Some of them are just what's left of one skein, because I had originally put one skein of each color, unless it was just a few, like, 1 or 2 strands. This color, I think, was just what's left of a full skein. So I also made a huge mistake here. I didn't notice that I'd skipped numbers when I was creating it, so they're actually all over the place. I'll probably end up redoing this, because it's a little hard. So we're looking for 318, and let's get one of the needles here. I do have one ready to go. Oh, I pulled up both needles, haha. Okay. Okay, so I'm also not doing the single strand and then double like I did on the hate cell. I might eventually do that, but this one, for the most part, I am continuing to just do the 2 strands. There we go. Just a little piece, and then we'll do this 1 stitch. Oh, and it's literally in the very top corner right here. Yeah, so these needles that I had set aside on this piece, because I have a little bottle cap with a magnet in it to put needles on. These are actually my number 26 needles, and I had switched to using number 28 needles. Oh well. It's okay. I'm sorry if you heard the dog barking in the background. I think either the cat that has been coming around that I think he wants to adopt. So we think she might be abandoned. But she's clearly scared of us, so I don't know. Maybe just a stray. Either she came back or he's barking at somebody walking their dog down the street. One of the two. Doesn't really matter. So that was the 318, and now we're going to have this big old block. So let's not do that one. Let's do this one. Now this one has a number that goes down here. So I think I will just continue that strand. And I do have one part for that. So that is this one right here. So I think I will just do this strand until I run out. These were all parked when I was still doing the row by row and full parking. But I was getting very frustrated trying to get into stitches, especially when they're in a bunch like this that are amidst a whole bunch of parked strands. The parking itself doesn't bother me. It's finding, it's finding a stitch amidst those parked strands that was getting frustrating. Okay, so we'll do that stitch there. And instead of going right, let's go down. Okay, so we'll go down here. So we're going to basically skip that entire block and go down. So we have this one, and then we're going to come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. My son is playing with his friends in his room, which my office shares a wall. So you may hear him You might not, but he's playing some kind of computer game with his friends. Okay, so this one is almost an inch below it. I'm just going to go ahead and continue. So there's this one, and then I need three more below that. 1, 2, 3. And 2 stitches. And here we get into a bunch. Okay. So 5 down. 5 and 6 over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's where I actually was. Now, when they're all of these threads that have been parked, I have not gone through them to wax them at all. So I haven't put any of my beeswax on these at all. I'm going to go up here and grab this stitch here. And then I'll go back down. 1, 2. Yeah, so I need right at the edge of the blocks here. Okay. And then I'll just continue down here. And I did not move the needle along the thread. There we go. I'm trying very hard to not catch the needle on the back with the loop that's still on the back when I'm doing this. I kind of stopped doing this when I was working on the other piece after I had tried to get myself into the habit of doing it just to ease the amount of strain on my elbow rather than going, pulling the arm all the way through. And now I just wanted to grab both ends up. But I still struggle sometimes, like with what I just did, where I tried to grab that loop and the needle at the same time. Alright, so then those are done. And we'll just continue on down. This color in. 3. So I'm feeling a little bit better again today. I have made the decision that this is just something I'm going to have to live with. I have lived with it for many years now, and it's always been kind of an underlying level of dizziness, but not much. And I realized these past couple of weeks I have been a little bit down, maybe despondent, you could say, because I have been not feeling good. And I have been almost fighting it. Like, why me? Why does this have to happen now? And with everything else going on in the world, which, to be honest, we have only ever gotten bad news because bad news gets the clicks, bad news gets the sales. So those few feel good stories are few and far between. That it's just only been adding to the really negative feeling. And I've decided to step away from all that. I have to understand that I was contributing to that by staying watching on the news and letting myself get dragged into that negative cycle. This, I've said before that I want this channel to be non-political, to be non-religious, simply because of the fact that those topics are so divisive, as can be seen in our society and in our news cycles, no matter where you look. It doesn't matter which side you're on. There's always something bad. So I am going to try to leave that behind and just look at the positive. I'm not sure how well I will do in that aspect, but I came to the realization last night that I have been fighting myself. I have been fighting my acceptance of being dizzy. I have been fighting my want for positivity that is just not found in the current world. And so I need to accept. I know this is going to sound funny, but I need to accept that I can't change what I can't change. Um, if my body has decided to 3772. Okay. If my body has decided to have me be dizzy because the storm came through and that sets it off, then I'm going to have to not fight it. And I thought I wasn't fighting it, but that was something I came to realize last night that in a way I was. I wasn't accepting that change, however temporary, in myself, if that makes sense. I was fighting it. Fighting the need to rest, fighting the need to just allow it to be. And so I was like, I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'm just going to tuck this in because all of this is going to be light colors. So let's tuck it into the dark colors over here. So I'm not going to fight being dizzy. If I'm dizzy, I'm dizzy. If I can't drive, I can't drive. I'm not going to get upset about it. I will continue to do what I can. I will I'll just do what I can as I can. And that means giving myself grace that maybe what I had wanted to do today, I can't. And stop trying to fight it and trying to somehow mentally make it to where I will be fine again. Because I'm clearly not. Oh, I am out of needles. Okay. I guess I'll just use the number 26 needles here. Come on. Out of my container. No, that's I have a bunch of needles kind of wrapped up together on purpose because that's for a different project. I had used the original number 28 needles that I had bought. I was using them in a different project and I only had that one vial of number 26. And so I wrapped them in some floss that I wasn't going to be using. And put them in there. And now I have a whole vial just like that of number 28, which I may go back to using. Having that little bit thinner needle is nicer for this number 25 count. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, about this morning. So this morning when I had made that decision last night, I felt better. Now, I was still dizzy, but I felt better. And I have still been dizzy all throughout the day, but it's not really bad waves of dizziness, which is a good thing. So I don't have these waves coming over me where everything goes sideways. But that rocking has now changed to just a light rocking, a light boat on calm ocean, where you do still have waves. The waves just aren't as high and not causing as much rocking. Yeah, and we went to the store today because we go through popcorn quite a bit. It's one of the things that we eat almost on a daily basis. But we make our own popcorn. We have this oil popper, and we use a little bit of olive oil, which, come to think of it, is one of the things we forgot because we're running low on olive oil. We don't use vegetable oil. We don't use seed oils for that. We purposely use olive oil, and we're cutting back how much we use. The directions say to use 3 tablespoons of oil for 3 servings of popcorn. And we have slowly brought it back down to a little over 1 tablespoon of oil. And we put melted butter on it and some popcorn seasonings like cheese or kettle corn or something, just a little bit to add some flavor. But we don't put extra salt on it. I think that's, wow. It's just these two, and then this will be done. Wow, where am I? That's a huge jump, isn't it? Yeah, it's not that bad. It's about an inch. Yeah, so we bought some more popcorn, and we go through quite a bit of it. We stopped making air popped popcorn, though we do still have the air popper. When Dad bought us that oil popper. But we are conscious that, with the popcorn and the butter and everything, that's a good snack, and it's a wholesome snack actually, since it's a whole grain. But we understand that we go through a lot of it, and there's probably some people that are like, if they saw how much popcorn we actually ate, they'd be like, you're going through too much of it. I've even joked that we eat so much popcorn, I should probably look at buying 25-pound bags of it. Because then we might have enough popcorn for 2 months. Now, the only time that we eat microwave popcorn is when we go camping in the fifth wheel. Because that oil popper takes up quite a bit of space that you just don't really have in a fifth wheel. Don't even really have space for an air popper. So we get microwave popcorn to have popcorn in the fifth wheel. Now, where am I going? I'm going down here. And because of that, we actually don't have that much popcorn while we're camping. Because we just don't like the taste of the microwave popcorn as much. Let's see, so we've got 1, So these are the crossbars of the window, like up here. So we're just going to be following this down. Oh, and I just brought up a dark thread. There we go. Okay. I think, oh yeah, this three right here, this set of three right here, I actually have them one stitch up. They should be down here. So I'm just gonna have to put these where these are supposed to be. And then I'll just fill it in with the correct colors later as close as I can. I found that after, about 2 sessions after I had done it. And it's like 3 different colors. So I didn't want to try to tear those out because I think they're right in the middle of threads. I think it comes from here and then carries down, and I didn't want to try to pull them out. Okay. Yeah, so we went to the grocery store today, and I did drive. Mind you, it was just like 2 blocks down the road. But I was okay. It was okay. So I just have to understand that I am a little bit more dizzy than I was before. And this is probably going to be my new normal. I've always had a thought that there may come a time where this this will make it to where I cannot drive. I was hoping that, and I still do hope that it will be a longer time coming. I was hoping I'd make it to retirement before that happened. Maybe even after retirement. My dad is in his 80s now. It is? No, I think he's 78. I think he's 78. Trying to figure out where I'm at. There I am. He still gets around pretty good. He's had his issues. And I'm hoping to reach at least his age before this condition completely knocks me off of being able to keep going. Okay. Starting to run low on thread here. So before things get really tough, I'm just going to pin this off and end this thread. I know it may sound like I am complaining. Uh-oh. Did I? No, okay. These 4 stitches threw me off. Okay. It's like, oh, did I do the wrong area and skip a block again? I've done that. Stitched and realized I was a block lower than where I should have been. Yeah. I didn't highlight that one. That one's done though. So we'll go back up here. Is it just those 2? Yeah, looks like it's just those 2. And that's going to be more than a 1-inch run. So I'll just do these 2 and then cut them off. So it may sound like I'm complaining, but I'm really not. I'm just saying it like it is. See, this is what I say about it being too hard. I think I put them on the wrong way. Because they're fighting coming off of the paper. So this is where I get issues. It's trying to get between all of those parked threads to get a stitch in. And it gets very frustrating. Okay. There. And then we're going to have one here. And then we'll cut those 2 off. Well, we'll clip this, pin it off and clip it because everything else is going to be too far away. Uh, 37, 47. Okay. So then now, the next one I'm going to do is this one. 729, which is down here. Yeah, did not prepare these ahead of time with needles. Thought about it, but decided against it. I may do that now, because it'll probably be... Well, actually, I think I decided against it after I started trying to pull it out and realized I'm probably going to have to redo that whole setup. Come on. There we go. Here. So this is where it gets hairy, is trying to get this one stitch in around all of these other part threads. And then we're going to go down 2 here. Yeah, that's why I kind of moved away from the parking. As much as I do like it, don't get me wrong, I do like parking. I do like putting it where I know that I'm going to use it again. And it did make things kind of organized for me. But at the same time, when I was trying to do more cross country like this, where I'm trying to use up the thread, the floss, and just continue stitching rather than, be switching needles all the time. Even if I kept needles on all of these, it felt like, subjectively, that I wasn't. I was going really, really slow. It would take me a whole day to do a single 10 wide diagonal, for example. And that was stitching from morning till evening. It would take me an entire day. The results were nice, don't get me wrong, but it also felt like I wasn't getting that much done. And it takes you hours just to get 500 stitches done. It just feels kind of crazy. Okay, so now I'm over here. Come on. Kind of filling this in. Let's see. Is there anything further down? There is, but let's see. Let's go back up here. Let's fill this area in first. Yeah, and this will be the end of this thread. Just getting these done. 1, 2, 3. here. So, yeah, trying to look at everything more positive and even look at what's going on around us in a more positive light. It's hard, don't get me wrong, it's hard. Especially with. Oh, I just pulled it off the thread. And it's so short, I'm not going to be able to. Okay. I'm not going to be able to rethread it easily, so that's going to kind of suck because that leaves that one out there with by itself. Well, it'll be like that one right there. Yeah, so trying to look at things more positive and if I could leave social media altogether, I probably would. But a good amount of the cross stitch community that I refound is all on Facebook. So I am staying on Facebook just for that. But I don't check in very often. Stuff that comes up in my feed is kind of crazy at times. Oh well. Mm. Yeah, this is jumping all down the place. Come on. Oh my lord. Just does not want to go in there. Oh wow, and then it's gonna jump down again. Jump all the way down here. Almost an inch. Wow. or about an inch. And then we're going to jump over here. I don't know if I'm going to have enough floss to do all of these. We'll see. Yeah, I'm nearing the very edge of where my camera's placed. I almost put it in the wrong spot. Yeah, I think actually I will have enough to finish these 4 stitches here. Oh yeah, easily. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough floss to jump to another area. So I'll just pin it off down here. Trying to pin it in such a way that it just kind of disappears into the fabric. It's one of the nice things about doing it as one strand versus two is that it disappears easier. But okay. Whoa, wrong one. It's on the wrong setup. Okay. 834. There it is. 834. I think I have. Yeah, there we go. I have a small piece. So I'll get started with this one. Oh, you know what? I had one parked right here. Oh, my lord. Oh, boy. Okay, so I'll just stick this needle right there for now. Grab another one. Pull up the parked one. Didn't even click that I had it parked. feel that floss slipping. That doesn't mean that I'm going to pull it right out of the needle soon. I do that so often. It's frustrating. This is why I like getting those thinner 28 needles. They just go through the holes in the fabric easier. I have to say, these ones that I have bought on Amazon are nicely made. I bought a 100 pack for $15, I think. And then I went back and bought a 100 pack of 28 count or 28 size. And those have held up better than the first pack of 5 28 size that I bought from Joann's, which I think was like I don't think it was the DMC brand. I think it was something else. But within a week, I had literally snapped 2 of those in half. I had just applied so much pressure to them that I literally snapped them in half. And these ones that I bought off Amazon, I haven't snapped any of them. They don't feel as thin around the eye. I did have to throw one out because I had been using it to frog a bunch of stitches, and I actually curved it. And it just got too hard to stitch with. So I threw it out. Grab one of these needles. Come on. Go. 37.52. I'm gonna pull this up because it's and it's all. Let's see if I can pull against it. Come on. Come on. Almost out of there. There we go. This one I have literally 2 stitches, so and then I gotta pin it off. It's gonna be a very, very short stitch. Okay, so that one's that one. So it's this stitch right here. So I'm trying to, since I can tell that one color is the majority of that block, I'm trying to get the other colors filled in first. That way, all I'll have when I go to that one color is just that color. And that should go fairly quickly. but I'll end up doing all the way across because it's got like this diagonal right here. I'll end up going all the way across just because that would make it the easiest. Pin that off. We'll do that. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. 37, 52. Okay. And then the last, well, it's not the last two colors. We have this color, which I have marked. Just this one. And it's this tiny little short thread, so it's probably just enough for these 4 stitches at most. Playing thread chicken here to try and get these 4 in. I'll just be able to do it, but I won't have enough to pin it. So it'll be too short to be able to turn the needle around. Yeah. So I will try to run it under a few stitches here in the back. Secure it. There we go. Just kind of put that down a little bit. Okay. So I got those 4 in. Oh, come on. There we go. So then we have this singular one. Yeah, that's just an ninja stitch because it's way down there. Okay, so 775. Oh, I've got it hooked on the needle there. Alright. Ice blue. Trying to get just a single strand. There we go. What? Yeah, it just doesn't want to pull. There we go. Alright, so I may have just been trying to pull wrong when I was pulling earlier. I may not have to redo that whole thing. Give me a moment. I'm going to have to take a drink. My throat is getting scratchy. Yeah, so we've had a virus come through. I don't know whether it's the flu. I don't think it's COVID. Um, but I've heard that the flu this year is really bad. My friend across town said that pretty much all of him and his coworkers have got it this year. And everybody is taking about 6 weeks to get over it. The main symptoms will be gone within about a week and a half, but the congestion, the cough, the scratchy throat will last for like 6 weeks. And I've got a bad feeling that we got a touch of it. even though we really don't leave the house. We go to the store, and sometimes we'll go out to dinner. Like we went out for Valentine's Day, but that's about it. We're homebodies. We don't really leave the house. We don't go out and go shopping. I don't think we've even gone to see a movie in years. It's too expensive, to be honest, to go see a movie anymore. We wait till it comes out on a streaming site and then we'll watch it. Sometimes. Other times we just don't even really care. I think the last blockbuster video that we watched, and we watched it when it was on a streaming site, was the latest Indiana Jones. The Dial of Destiny. That's the last one that we watched. And we watched it at Dad's house through it wasn't Paramount, it wasn't Netflix. Anyways, he has Disney and Hulu and Netflix, and he has a smart Samsung TV which has its own channels, and he has a lot of stuff. So I don't know exactly what it was on, but we watched it there. And it was good, don't get me wrong. I know that it didn't do as well as hoped, but like I think that's just a sign of the times, really, is that less and less people are going to the movies because it's so expensive. Everything's getting so expensive that you can't afford to do that much anymore. And you can just wait for it to come out onto a streaming service and then watch it at home. You don't have to pay people to pop popcorn and all of that stuff. Okay, I have lost where I'm at. Where am I at? Seriously, I've lost where I'm at. Let's see. I was right here? Yeah, it was right there. There's that. Okay. Yeah, see, I went down like an entire block or two farther than I should have been. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That yeah, see, and this is like, did I mess up right here? It should be right here. Yeah, this is the 3 block that's wrong. Yeah, so this is actually, now I've messed up this entire line here because I based it off at the spot of this 3 block, and that's now wrong. So these actually go right here. And I'll just give it a little bit of character, right? I know that some people want to make sure that it's correct to the stitch. Some people challenge themselves to make sure that every stitch is correct. No mistakes rip it out if it isn't correct. I'm just going to run with it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll figure out, based on the colors around, what it's going to have to be to make it look right. But in the end, I don't think you'll even notice. When it's done, it's up on the wall, you're not going to notice that I literally moved around the colors in a single block of 100 stitches. Come on, there we go. Didn't want to slip through the eye there. Nope, right here. Yeah, so now I've got all of these kind of in the wrong spot. What did I do here? Okay, I based it off of this one, and it should be up here. That's what I did. I did opportunistic to grab that one that was one stitch down, and then I just kept on that row when I went back to the left. I shouldn't have. Get through there. There we go. Okay, so then we actually go from this stitch, and then that's 1, 2, right, yeah, right here. And then right here. There we go. So that's those. And then now we go down one. There we go. Okay, I think I can get those 2 stitches in. I'll get those 2 stitches in, and then I'm not going to try to carry because I'm not going to have enough floss to do so. I'll just pin it off here. There we go. So I'm trying to get this one square done on camera, so it's running a little long. I've been recording for a little over an hour now. But I now have just this color to do. And I do have 2 threads of this part. And they're not that long. So I'm going to do this shorter one first. See, this is when I was doing the 10 wide diagonals. So I parked them. I'll just do these first. So those. So that's 5. 1, 2, 3. To the part thread there. 5. And then what I'll do is I'll go in 1. So that's going to be 6. See, it's starting to twist up a little bit. I may go to the single thread on this one too eventually, because some of them are starting to twist. But we'll see. And then I'm going to go 1 in again. And then this is going to be another 6. And I may not get 6. Nope, nope, that's straight up. Wrong one. 3. 4. Yeah, I'll be able to get the 6, but just barely. 5. 6. I could probably get this one underneath. And then instead of trying my luck, I'm just going to go ahead and pin this off down here. Go. Alright, so we've done those. Now we'll do this next one. Struggling to get the needle into the hole for the first one. Okay, 1. So this is 6. Okay, so we got those 6 and 5. Now, see, there's this twist in that one. You can see it moving on the fabric there. Just a little bit. Okay, there's the 5. It's actually 5 here, not 4. So that means that I did not go that one further in like I said I did. Okay. I'm just going to pin this off because this is... I could probably get a couple more stitches in, but I'm just going to pin it and start a new thread. So this is the white. This is the 3865. So it's the winter white, I think is what its name is. And I have one here. I don't know how long it is. It's not that long. So, you know what? I'm just going to pull one. Let's see, this one doesn't want to move very well. There we go. Just didn't want to pull. I have so much white here to do. That's why I just pulled a new one instead of using another shorter one. And because this is white, I have to count kind of where I'm going because I may not be able to see them once they're actually done. Like I can see that there's something there, but I may not always be able to distinguish that it's an actual stitch. So if I skip one, I may completely miss that I skipped one. So this is going to be 9. 2, 3, 4, seven, 8, 7, go. Okay. And then we have again 9. So it's 9 going back. 3, 4, 7, 9. 8. Although this one I don't have to worry about as much because I'm literally going until that stitch over there. Okay. And it looks like we've got another 8 back. Oh, but we're not. We're down. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to be a little bit quiet here. One, because my throat is starting to hurt, and two, because I am counting just to make sure that I don't miss a stitch. Especially this one right here that's just going to blend in if I don't stitch it. Okay. So now to the home stretch 6. There we go. Can't get it turned around to my hand. My fingers. Starting to blend together. Okay, so that block is now done. I'm going to go ahead and finish this section here of this white. Okay. So I finished this block here. Yeah, and I think what I will do is I will just pin this off over here. And from there, I will go ahead and take a break for today. That's 291 stitches today, which is pretty good. Pretty good stitch. Come on. Put the needle back in my little belt here. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed this stitch with me today. Positive energies to those who need it, healing energies to those who need it, and happy stitching.